Hello everybody, and welcome back to Maggie and Ferocious Mondays, and also my very first video of 2026. Today, we will be reviewing our last segment of the 8th episode of Maggie and the Ferocious Beast, Season 1, Episode 8C, The Big Duck. In this episode, Maggie, Hamilton, and the Beast come across a big duck who keeps following them, and it turns out that the duck wants to give them a ride across the river. Now this one, I really like this episode. I really do. The big duck's design is just so pretty. And who have I mentioned before on my channel who loves anything big and or giant? If you know, you know. And I know she's watching this, so this is right up her alley. But I ain't gonna say no names. But anyway, the design of the duck is just so big and cute and white and fluffy. And I love ducks in any cartoon, so this is just like right up my alley. She's so adorable. And they're just like walking across. They're just walking on the path next to the River of Dreams, and they decide to go across it. And then when they see the duck, Beast keeps on running away from it, and Hamilton, and he tries to deny that he's scared, making up excuses like she snuck up on me first. She started it with all that quacking. And even Hamilton is scared as well. And even Hamilton's scared as well, and he tries to deny it. But but Maggie tries to say that. But Maggie tries to come up with a solution, like maybe we try walking on the other side, on a different part of the River of Dreams. And then as they do that again, the duck comes back again. And then Maggie tries to tell the Beast that you're Ferocious Beast. You shouldn't be afraid of anything. And then when Maggie said that to him, he was like, "You're right. I'll show that duck who's ferocious." And then she was like, "That's not what I meant," because I know what Maggie was trying to say. Like, you shouldn't be scared who's somebody who's even though she's not the same size as you, but she's still big. But she's way bigger than you. But try and be nice to her. And even Hamilton somewhat in a way tries to, like, I wouldn't say condone what Beast was about to do when he was about to roar. Also, the animation, whenever he roars, his spots like come off. They all come off individually. It's just so funny. And then Hamilton was like, No, Maggie, let him go. I want to see what happens. Like, dude, you could at least agree with Maggie, or like, I know the duck all along was friendly, but I mean nowadays, I don't mean to put real life in cartoon, especially a cartoon that aired like over 20 years ago. Like, nowadays people may seem all nice and stuff, but like if you pull the wrong move on them, you don't know what they're capable of. And that's all I'm gonna say, But still, even when the duck seems to quack in his face, Beast still says that she started it. She's the one who's scaring me. And then Maggie's finally fed up with this, and she was like, "That's it. We're all gonna go over there and talk to her together." And another thing I like that she said was you shouldn't be so ferocious to someone you don't even know. Which I think is a great lesson, because like even though somebody looks all big or scary, you can't just assume that oh they're big and scary, they're obviously mean, I gotta be mean to them back. Like, no, you gotta get to know that person, just like I said in my very first review of the show. Like, even though if kids are getting introduced to the Beast, he may look all big and scary, but deep down he's ferocious in the name, but don't let the name fool you, because deep down he's a lovable fellow, Like I said in episode 1 of these reviews, don't judge a book by its cover. Never. That'll never get you anywhere in life. If you gotta judge somebody, judge them for who they are, not what they are. On the inside, not on the outside. Appearance can't define you. But anyway, when Maggie finally introduces them to her, she turns out to be really, really friendly. And then we see the Jelly Bean team, and they're over there trying to get her attention, and it kind of gets her mad. But then that's when the red jelly bean says that Turns out all their yelling was getting her a bit upset, and all they wanted was a ride. So then that's when they asked that's when he asked them nicely, "Can I have a ride? Can we have a ride, please?" And he also said sorry for yelling with his team. And then they were finally able to get on the duck. And when they made it to the other side, Maggie finally comes to the conclusion that she wasn't chasing us just to not chasing. She wasn't following us just to follow them. She thought we might wanted a ride. That's why she wanted to offer us a ride. And that was really, really sweet. Like I said, don't judge anybody by their appearance. Judge them for what they are, not who they are. You know? I really like that. And that's when she decided we should try it out. But then sadly Beast kind of has like a fall from grace for a second. He's like, "But I'm too big. You guys can go ahead. I'll meet you on the other side." And Maggie says, "How about I ride on you, Beast, and Hamilton can ride on the duck." And Hamilton's a bit scared for a second, and then Maggie convinces him to do it. And once he gets on, it's not bad at all. And I love the animation, how she's so soft and fluffy, and how there's like a little dent in her feathers when characters sit on her. It's so cute. And they even have a bit of a race towards the end, and the Beast wonders how she's so fast, and she shows her big flippers. And well, that comes to show you that ducks are pretty fast with those big flipper feet they got. And that ride must have worked up Hamilton, because the duck was so soft he fell asleep. And then Maggie asks, "Is it okay if we pick him up on the way back?" And she doesn't mind one bit. And I also love it when Beast says that she's a good swimmer. The duck blushes. It's just so cute and adorable. So overall, I love this episode. I love its message. I love the design of the big duck. She's so cute and kind. I'm so happy it's not going to be the last time we see her. And she's just an all-around adorable character. And I love this episode's message. And Maggie was really, really implying that message very well. So I'm going to have to give this episode a 9. I really liked it. You know? It was really, really good. Maybe it would have been a 10 if I found out where they were going. I mean, obviously they were going across the River of Dreams. Yeah, but they had to be going somewhere else. So maybe if we got more implication of where they were going after they crossed the River of Dreams, it would have made my rating a bit higher, but that's okay. It's okay. This episode's getting a 9, and I'm sticking by it. It's a really, really good one. So I like all these segments in this episode. It's funny how all the segments in episode 8 really they were really animal centric segments. Like in our first one we had Hamilton's pet, where we had a fish. In our second one we had the turtles in slow motion, and in this one we have the big duck, which, you know, those are one of my favorite animals. Honestly, I love any animal, so I don't care. I mean, shoot, you can have an episode about a wombat, and I'll be screaming for joy. So, yeah, these segments, I really do love them all. I really do. But is episode 9 segments are gonna be just as good as these? We're gonna have to wait and see. So tune in to me next time as we will be reviewing our first segment of our 9th episode, aka one of my personal favorite episodes, season 1, episode 9A, Flim Flam a Fiddle. See you all next time. Great, googly moogly.